Honey, Assassin's Creed leaks have just come out. Yes, coming. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Ubisoft's latest Assassin's Creed game that's going to come out at some point, has been leaked and officially announced by Ubisoft, with more information coming on September 10th for the Ubisoft Forward event. We got a lot of new information about what this new Assassin's Creed title is going to be, what it's going to look like, and all of that there. So here we go again, let's fucking do it. So the leaks themselves that have come out see a few different things. So I'll have it all on screen here now. But for the TLDR, we're playing as Basim before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, watching his journey from being a thief to being an assassin, and following him in Baghdad in Iraq. It's stated to be a return to basics for Assassin's Creed, gutting out a lot of AC Valhalla's RPG systems with no skill trees and all that there shite. We're going to go basically to back to basics of what Assassin's Creed should be. Cool. It's also going to feature visions of Loki and sort of explains how Loki manifested in Basim's body and then consumed him. Something that we get mirrored in Valhalla, where Eivor and Odin have a sort of fight for control, but not really type of thing. So right off the bat, this worries me. Specifically, the way they describe a return to basics and how the gameplay is going to be a stripped out version of Valhalla, basically. Now, I don't like Valhalla's content. I really don't like the system that the RPG trilogy works off of. I don't like the game engine, the way things happen. When you have things like your parkour, combat, stealth, both social and not social. All of that doesn't really resonate with me as a player, and it doesn't remind me of old Assassin's Creed at all. So when they say return to basics, I feel like what they're meaning when they say return to basics, that this isn't returning to form. This isn't going back to what Assassin's Creed used to be. It more reads as if we're giving you the most Assassin's Creed thing we can give you in the same engine that we've already been using, because we can't be fucked to make it different. And I will happily be wrong on that. I will happily be wrong. But I don't see that being the case. I think this is going to be just AC Valhalla 1.5 in a sense, or just a prologue into what Assassin's Creed Valhalla is in not only a story aspect, but in a gameplay and world aspect. I hope I'm wrong, but that's what I see so far. But yeah, going off what we all see, it sounds at first that this is what OG Assassin's Creed fans would want from a new game. But really and truly, all what it says, you've returning to basics, RPG elements being removed, different gameplay with new animations. They're bringing back Eagle Vision, but keeping the drone bird. I don't know why, but that's what they're doing, weirdly enough. I can't wait to see what the in-lore explanation for why Basim no longer has his drone bird in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. All of these things sound good on paper. The artwork that we have got of this game looks good on paper. But is it just pandering? Is this Ubisoft just trying to give us, give those of us who like OG Assassin's Creed, you get your white robes, your assassin robes, you're wearing a hidden blade, you're behaving as an assassin, you are an assassin character. Is that just pandering to that audience? And if so, why are they so heavily going for the original Assassin's Creed fans in this sort of marketing that they've had so far, leaks that they've had come out? Because definitely with the RPG trilogy, we can see that you don't need an assassin-heavy focus for an Assassin's Creed game to be successful. The AC Valhalla worked with the assassin fantasy and done well, as did Odyssey, which did not feature any type of assassins or hidden ones, and Origins to an extent was the same. You're not an assassin for a large portion of that game, although they take many elements from it. And even farther back, you still have AC Black Flag, which for the most part is not hailed for being a good Assassin's Creed game, unless you very, very much are into that game and the story it tells. They're much more into the pirate fantasy. So you don't need the assassins to sell Assassin's Creed. That much is clear. So why pander and have all these assassin elements back now? Especially when they've already tried to show this in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They tried to say, Yeah, there is assassin elements in this game. You've got a hidden blade, even though it's on the wrong side. You're wearing all these assassin robes, even though you're not an assassin. You work with assassins, you do assassin things, but you're not an assassin. So why are we now? Going back to Ubisoft as a whole, I am in a weird place. I used to love the Assassin's Creed games. I loved the Watch Dogs games. I loved all of this stuff that Ubisoft brought out. I loved their older style of games. I thought they'd done some of the better games for a long, long time. And now they seem to go for the lowest common denominator. They have these epic RPGs copying other people's games. They have microtransactions that are rampant everywhere in Ubisoft titles. Not only Assassin's Creed, although it is one of the worst players in that race. You have every other multiplayer game that they have going also being so heavy with microtransactions and battle passes and paid content even after you're buying paid for games. It is really scummy, it's ridiculous, and it's just one of the many reasons that Ubisoft has gone out of favour in my eyes and for a lot of other fans as well. That's not even mentioned in the misconduct allegations and all of that came to light a couple of years ago now. We haven't heard much on that. We haven't seen any change, but it also needs to be remained to be seen that maybe there is change in the company. Maybe they have perked up their ideas. That could happen. I don't want to discredit that they can change and be better, because I would never want to wish that on any one or thing. So maybe Ubisoft can change and can get better, but I think it needs to be seen to be believed. I think we need to see them make good games that can appeal to the audience that they want to have. Have an actual vision for your game that isn't, we want every single fucking person on the planet to play this hunk of shit and pay us money even after the fact of buying the original game. We need to see that specific sort of way of thinking shift. And they can go to making games that they are good at making and games that are good. And this isn't saying that old Ubisoft games are fucking perfect, because they're not. But they were a hell of a lot better than what we have now. Especially for a consumer and those who just like to play these games and experience these games. Because the recent games don't have anything below surface level enjoyment and are merely there for brain dead just sitting and playing the game. You don't get any actual enjoyment from these games a lot of the time. It's just a way to waste time. So yeah, overall, I don't think I'm going to give this game too much light. I think it's going to remain to be seen. I think the game needs to come out, and I'll need to see what people actually think about it. I need to see if it's going to be a Valhalla reskin that just mimics all of those mechanics, throws a coat of paint over it with an assassin insignia on top, or is it actually going to be something enjoyable for a classic Assassin's Creed fan? I'm not saying it's impossible for them to do that, but I don't think it's likely, and I wonder why they're still pushing this whole, oh look, we're an assassin narrative now. Especially when the games can perform without it. It screams pandering to me, and I don't know if that's the case or not. But yeah, I just wanted to get some thoughts out about it, and sort of talk about it in some way where I'm speaking consistently. I tried the other night on stream and it didn't work well, but Assassin's Creed does hold a big place in my heart for games that I grew up with and games that I've really experienced a lot of and have enjoyed a lot of for a long time. And it's definitely shaped what type of content I like, and people's content that I've enjoyed and friends that I've made have all been based on a mutual love of Assassin's Creed and the lore and the world that they built originally. So I don't want to discredit that they can do that again, but again, it just seems very unlikely. And I wanted just to speak on it because, yeah, I just needed to get it out there. So guys, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, it would be great if you leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more videos like this where I just talk loads of shit about games, that's what I love to do. And on talking shit about games, if you have thoughts on Assassin's Creed Mirage, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Do you think Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be a good game? Do you think that Ubisoft can bring this back? Or do you think this is just going to be a glorified DLC for Valhalla that it just strips back half the mechanics. But yeah, I would really love to hear what you guys want to think. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things I previously said. Hope you have a great day, and yeah, peace out.